This is MrBeast's most recent thumbnail, and this is how I recreated it. Some people might say I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm a master of none. That's what people don't know. So I might be good at editing, I might be good at voiceovering, I might be godly at making thumbnails, but I'm not perfect. I'm just here to show you guys how MrBeast might have made his thumbnail. I'm straight up stealing MrBeast's most recent thumbnail by using, I think it's called thumbnailstealer.com. I'll leave a link in the description. This is going to be useful because inside of our image editor, we're able to add, this is more than an image editor. I'm gonna call this mobile Photoshop. So anyways, now we're adding the image to our canvas. It's time to find something really funny that we can replace MrBeast with. And to find the right image, all I did was search surprise face, and I came to this extremely funny meme, and I think I'm gonna use it. Another reason why I chose this image is because it's highly recognizable, and it's already been proven to be funny. Right now, you can see me importing the funny image, and I'm actually gonna flip him and put him in the bottom leftish corner. I'm also gonna remove that green outline from him after I improve the image quality by using the unsharpened mask. The part right here is really tedious because I use a saturation layer to get rid of all this yellowness and orangeness from this person. And what I'm mainly focusing on right now is the shirt and the hair. I put some of the saturation on the arms just because it looked a bit too orange, but I don't think I really had to. Aside from that, I also added contrast and color balance so that it looks perfect and so that it pops out.
MrBeast! If you put one fin on that boat, are you listening to me? Nemo!
He touched the butt.
Finding the boat was hard. I was about to settle with this one until I saw a better boat. This boat is perfect because it's in the right angle. It has a pointy front. Okay, now I'm simply turning it into a PNG so that the background's not there by putting it into this free website. It's called Background Remover. A lot of people hate it because it drops the quality just a little bit, but honestly, I think it's worth it.
MrBeast!
Freestyle go done with the dudes. Freestyle go done with the go done with the
MrBeast!
Okay, so now we're gonna remove the outline from this terrible cutout, and we're gonna find a golden texture to put on top of the boat. Now, I was looking at a couple. I see some that I like, but you really want to go for a golden texture that matches the one inside of MrBeast's thumbnail. Now, before we actually apply the golden texture, there's a filter called Unsharp Mask, and we're going to use that to essentially make the darker details pop out more and look darker. Now, of course, I flipped the boat, and I also positioned the boat the same way that MrBeast did it. Now it's time to do the part that you've been waiting for. Let's import the golden texture as a clipped overlay blended layer. Now we're gonna play with the unsharpness mask tool to make it pop out a bit more, to make the colors darker, and to make it look less blurry. Okay, pay attention. I kind of messed up on this part. What you want to do is set the saturation down to -100, so make sure that there's no color inside that boat. And then you want to duplicate the golden texture if that's not enough gold on your boat. Okay, so now if you have enough gold but it still doesn't look right, I want you to play with the contrast of the boat and not the contrast of the golden texture. And don't worry, if the windows don't look dark enough, that's okay, because you can add a dark color blending layer between the gold textures and the boat and make sure it's clipped to the boat too. So that now you can use the airbrush and use the color black to make the windows darker. I don't like how some of these dark spots are really dark, so I'm gonna create another overlay layer above the golden textures. And of course, with a white paintbrush, we can make the darker spots a bit lighter. And of course, I did a ton of little other edits, but I really just made it a bit brighter or a bit darker in some areas.
MrBeast!
So it's time to find the perfect sailor suit for the person, for the meme, for the surprise face that we chose. You don't necessarily need to do a Sailor Man costume. You can choose someone wearing something completely different. Also, I forgot to mention this. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but homie needs a whole different hat because that hat that comes with it with the costume is not good enough. Now let's import the suit, make it the right size as the person you chose, fix the cutout outline if you have to, and erase the face and hat, but keep the hand. Now go to the same layer as your surprise person and take away everything but the face. Now I'm gonna go back to that costume layer and erase part of the color so that it looks like he's actually wearing the costume. Now this part is really up to you, but you could play with these different settings to make the suit look as good as possible. Okay, so now we're gonna import the captain hat and put it where it looks right. And now we're gonna erase the face from the captain's hat and also fix that ugly outline. And here, all I did was change the skin color of the hand to match the person's face. Similar to the boat, I added overlay clipping layers and dark color blending layers to the hat, to the suit, and even to his face so that I can make some areas lighter, smoother, and darker. I even fixed up the outline a bit, but keep in mind that the light is coming from above and to the right, so the right side of his body should be lighter than his left side. I'd also like to mention, I made the golden part on the hat brighter, and I also added shadows like underneath the hat, by the hand, on the shoulder, underneath the neck, on top of the collar. At this point, it's a recurring theme. Find a beach image, add the overlay and darken layers, play with the effects. Personally, I replaced the sky so that the islands in the background are similar to the islands in the background of MrBeast's thumbnail, but you don't have to do that. And I also made the island greener. Time for the final touches. You want to find some boat splashes and a glare and create a different layer to color the windows blue to give the windows a blue tint.